Hey guys, the DVD update here for another week on the Real DVD Watchers. First, I want to welcome all the new subscribers that we seem to have gotten from the Rough Cut Shoutout. That's pretty cool. No rapid fire this week because I'm only going to talk about one movie. Wow. I'm finally doing just one movie, huh? Yeah, I am. Anyway, the movie I'm going to be... I brought back the review corner, by the way. Not in the basement. That's cool. But we'll see how the review corner does with my old camera because the TV back there, sometimes I played clips and stuff, it would like get all weirded out. We'll see how this new HD cam works with the review corner, and I might keep it. I thought the DVDs would be a great backdrop and whatnot. So let's get on with the review. What am I doing? If you couldn't see it back there already, it has a cool menu screen, but it's called The Legacy. This movie came out in 1978, I believe. I've always wanted to see this just from the cover art. It has like a cat. It has the two main characters here and a cat, and then like a weird-looking zombie almost hand, green mutant hand coming out with long red fingernails. And that always just was like, wow, I want to see that for some reason. Like I said, it came out in the 70s, and it stars, what's their names? I have it on the computer over here. Catherine Ross and Sam Elliott, which are supposedly, or so I'm told by my mom, were popular stars from the 70s. And in the movie they play husband and wife, and in real life they were married. I'm not sure if they're still married or not. So their chemistry is okay. Their acting is great too. So what's this movie about? This actually was mentioned on YouTube here in the DVD updating community because of Bookhouse Boy 77. He remembered a scene in this that was in this movie, which I'll talk about a little bit later, and people gave him the title of this movie as the scene that he remembered but couldn't remember the name of the movie. It's about two interior decorators, husband and wife, who live in LA. They get a mysterious call from England, and they get a $50,000 check to come over to England and do a job, which they assume is interior decorating, but nothing else is, they're not told anything else. The people won't tell them what it's about, what they will be doing, what the job is, and so the woman wants to take the $50,000, fly over to England early, do a little tourism type thing, and then get to the job and get the job done. The husband, I guess they work together, is a little weary about this because there's no details given. He doesn't really want to go, doesn't really want to do it. She convinces him to. And by the way, they live in LA in this like nice house. It does a cool sweeping shot of the LA, which was great. But they just have way too many plants in their house. I don't know what was going on with them. Their interior, it seems like the only thing they decorate interiors with is plants, it would seem, from this fucking house that they're in. Anyway, so they fly over to England, and for some reason they decide to get a motorcycle to cruise around the English countryside. And so they're going, they're having fun, they're going fast and whatnot, and a car comes around the bend, knocks them off. Basically they get into a crash. Nice English gentleman that he is invites him back to his extremely huge mansion on the English countryside. This has some supporting, and then the rest of the cast is basically British. It has some good supporting British actors like Robert Daltrey, and there's another guy I recognize, but I don't remember his name right now. And they get invited back to this mansion, and of course they have to stay the night because their motorcycle can't be fixed. And this is where the movie gets a little weird. It kind of takes a supernatural black cult element when people start to arrive, and it seems that she is not there on accident, but to fulfill some sort of legacy. The main guy that owns the house is dying, and the people are there to collect their part of the inheritance, and you learn a bunch of different weird information about each one of them, and you find out that she's supposed to be there as well to receive part of the inheritance. And then slowly, after the cast of characters all get in the house, they slowly start to die. And there's this weird white cat that has one eye is blue and one eye is green. And it just is throughout the movie. And later, it's like a shapeshifter. It's kind of crazy. The cat is. And everything is like supernatural there. It's really hard to explain. Then there's everyone, like I said, everyone dies. And the scene I was talking about earlier is a girl swimming in this awesome indoor pool. And she's going underwater doing these little flips, turns, whatever the fuck they do down there. and then like a glass shield comes over the top, and she can't get out, and she drowns. There's some pretty cool deaths in this. Like one, I'm gonna tell you this death. It's not gonna spoil anything because in the trailer you'll see behind this video, if I have enough time to put it in, it's in there. Shards of glass, a mirror breaks in front of the woman, and shards of glass go into her. The master of the house is like very ill and about to die, which is why he's trying to give away his inheritance. And for some reason he turns into some weird looking creature-like thing. This sounds very weird, doesn't it? Problem is, it's kind of slow, although it did keep me interested. I don't know if I would go back to this. I'd probably give it a 6 out of 10 and just like a one-time view thing. If they got rid of some of the blood and the gratuitous male nudity from behind, it just for some reason the guy goes to do a shower scene and you just see him naked from the rear for no reason, and there's no female nudity in here, so I was quite disappointed on that aspect. But there's one scene where they're trying to escape the mansion because they're like, these people are trying to keep us here for no apparent reason, and people keep dying off. Let's get the fuck out. And they steal these 2 horses, and they go into town, and then they see a car. They steal the car to get out of town, and it's like they keep driving, but they keep ending up at the mansion basically. So you kind of think there's some supernatural force that's making them keep coming back. But I mean, it's almost comical when it's supposed to be straightforward, and they're supposed to be getting really, really pissed off and frustrated. But it's really comical. And when they steal the horses and they start riding out into the English countryside, instead of being like, "Oh, are they gonna make it?" type of music, it's like happy pop music, like they're riding off into the sunset and they're already safe. So that kind of was a weird choice there. The only real blood in this movie, it is rated R, and like I said, if they would have toned down this one blood scene, they could have probably got a PG rating. I mean, if Burnt Offerings could get a PG rating, this movie probably could. Like I said, the mirror just stabs her all over the place, and she basically bleeds, and then the floor soaks up the blood, and then it starts dripping down in the room underneath. So the ending has some closure, but still leaves a bunch of unanswered questions, which I've just in my mind answered on my own. But it's decent for a watch. If it sounds like, you can watch the trailer. If it sounds like something you'd be interested in, it's definitely worth, if you can find it pretty cheap or rent it. And so that's been my review of The Legacy. I would check it out. Like I said, I give it a 6 out of 10. I won't be going back anytime soon because I'll remember this movie for a while. And that's not necessarily because it was good. So, hope you enjoyed this review, and I'll see you when I see you.
Jason Mountolive is a man with many friends.
Jason will give you such wealth.
To each he has given anything.
He will fulfill every whim.
And everything.
Every fancy.
They've ever desired.
Every dream. Trust, Jason.
Now they've been reunited for one last time. Each to receive one last gift. The legacy. When he calls us, we come.
Ah, it's me! It's me! I'm the one!
To you, I bequeath my power, my knowledge, and my estate.
Who is it?
6 have come to claim his inheritance. 5 discover the lifeless body. 4 watch in horror as another dies. Then there were 3. Then 2. But only one can receive the legacy. Catherine Ross, Sam Elliott, and Roger Daltrey, the legacy. A birthright of living death